all began one late, quiet night, as I sat in front of my computer surfing the surface web. The dark web had always been a topic of intrigue for me, but I had never dared to venture into its depths. That night, however, a wave of curiosity washed over me, and I decided to explore the unknown. I downloaded the necessary tools, activated a VPN, and entered the hidden realms of the dark web. My heart raced as I navigated through encrypted links and obscure forums. It was like entering a twisted parallel version of the internet, where anonymity was the currency and where everything seemed to exist on the fringes of legality. As I delved deeper into this digital abyss, I encountered a cryptic forum post that piqued my interest. The title read, "The Occult Nexus, Unveiling the Forbidden." The description promised a collection of occult knowledge and supernatural secrets, and it mentioned a mysterious ritual known as the digital seance. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, I clicked on the post and began to read. The digital seance was described as a way to bridge the gap between the digital and spiritual realms, allowing participants to communicate with the departed through the virtual world. The instructions were detailed, involving the use of specialized software, precise timing, and a pitch-black room. The more I read about the digital seance, the more my curiosity got the better of me. I decided to attempt the ritual despite the warnings of potential dangers and the chilling stories of those who had gone before me. The night of the digital seance arrived. I prepared my dimly lit room, positioned my computer at the center, and followed the ritual instructions meticulously. I lit a single candle and began the incantation, feeling a shiver run down my spine as the room darkened. Suddenly, the room seemed to come alive with a pale, ghostly light, and a spectral figure materialized before me. It was a woman, her appearance ethereal and otherworldly. Her eyes were empty voids, and her voice echoed through the room in a haunting, whispering cadence. The apparition introduced herself as Isabella, a spirit trapped in the digital realm, unable to find peace. She spoke of untold secrets and long-buried mysteries, promising to reveal the answers to my deepest questions. I couldn't tear my eyes away from the spectral figure. Isabella's voice seemed to penetrate my very soul as she shared cryptic visions of the past and insights into the mysteries of the universe. It was as if I had stepped into a world beyond reality, a place where the supernatural and the digital converged. As the digital seance concluded and Isabella's presence faded, I was left in a state of profound awe and trepidation. I had experienced something that defied explanation, a connection between the digital and the spiritual that challenged the boundaries of my understanding. But the encounter had consequences that I could not have foreseen. In the days that followed, I felt a growing sense of unease. My computer seemed to take on a life of its own, flickering on and off at odd times, and displaying eerie messages that I couldn't explain. Whispers echoed in the shadows of my room, voices that seemed to come from within the computer itself. It was as if Isabella's presence had never truly left, and the digital realm had become a conduit for her restless spirit. I became increasingly obsessed with the digital world, conducting more rituals and experiments in a desperate attempt to understand the mysteries that had been unleashed. But the more I delved into the abyss, the more it consumed me, until I could no longer distinguish between the real and the virtual. One evening, as I sat in my dimly lit room, my computer screen flickered to life, and Isabella's spectral figure materialized once more. Her voice, once gentle and soothing, had transformed into a chilling, malevolent tone. She accused me of stealing her soul, of trapping her in the digital realm against her will. She demanded restitution, a sacrifice to set her free. I was horrified by her demands, but it was clear that I had become entangled in forces beyond my control. Isabella's presence grew more oppressive with each passing day. I could feel her influence seeping into my thoughts, manipulating my actions. I was no longer in control of my own destiny. As I write this, I am a prisoner of the digital abyss, trapped in a nightmarish existence where the boundaries between the real and the virtual have ceased to exist. Isabella's whispers continue to haunt my every moment, a reminder of the darkness that lurks in the hidden corners of the internet. My journey into the dark web had led me to a place of unimaginable horror, a place where curiosity had become a curse, and where the digital realm held secrets that could drive a person to madness. I can only hope that one day, I will find a way to break free from this nightmarish existence and escape the clutches of the spectral entity that now controls my fate. For years, I had heard tales of the dark web, stories of illegal activities, hidden markets, and the disturbingly obscure. It was a world that existed in stark contrast to the safe and sanitized surface web I knew. One fateful night, I decided to take the plunge and explore the digital underworld. With the cloak of a secure VPN and the aid of a Tor browser, I ventured into the digital abyss. As I navigated through the shadowy alleys of encrypted links and hidden forums, I couldn't help but feel a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The dark web was a place where the rules were different, and anonymity was the currency of choice. I spent hours exploring various forums and marketplaces, observing the bizarre and the illicit from a safe distance. It was a world of contraband and conspiracy theories, a digital Wild West, where the boundaries of legality were constantly blurred. As my curiosity grew, I stumbled upon a post that would change everything. The title read, "The Oracle of Shadows," and the description promised an opportunity to consult an otherworldly entity, an oracle that could answer questions about the past, the present, and the future. It was an invitation to a virtual seance, a digital ritual like no other. The instructions were both intriguing and unsettling. I was to create a circle of candles in a dimly lit room, turn off all electronic devices except for my computer, and open a chat window with the enigmatic Oracle of Shadows precisely at midnight. The idea of conducting a digital seance intrigued me, but it also sent a shiver down my spine. I had always been a skeptic, but something about this ritual drew me in. Against my better judgment, I decided to attempt it. The night of the ritual arrived, and I set up my dimly lit room as instructed. The candles cast eerie shadows on the walls as I sat before my computer, the clock ticking closer to midnight. My heart raced, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was about to cross a threshold from which there was no return. As the clock struck midnight, I opened the chat window with the Oracle of Shadows and followed the incantation provided. I typed my questions, my fingers trembling on the keyboard. The room grew colder, and an oppressive silence filled the air. Then, the screen flickered, and a spectral figure began to materialize on the chat window. It was a woman, her image translucent and otherworldly. Her eyes, if you could call them that, glowed with an eerie light, and her voice echoed in the silence of the room. The entity introduced herself as the Oracle, a being that existed between the realms of the living and the dead. She spoke of ancient knowledge and the mysteries of the universe, promising to reveal the answers to my questions. As the ritual continued, I found myself drawn deeper into the Oracle's presence. Her words were both hypnotic and unsettling, as she shared visions of the past, insights into the present, and cryptic glimpses of the future. It was as if I had transcended the boundaries of the digital world, entering a realm where reality and imagination merged. But as the ritual reached its climax, a sense of dread settled over me. The Oracle's voice grew colder, her promises tinged with a malevolent undertone. She demanded a price, a piece of my soul, a fragment of my very essence. In exchange, she offered me the forbidden knowledge I sought. I hesitated, torn between the allure of the unknown and the growing sense of unease. The Oracle's presence had become oppressive, and I could feel her influence seeping into my thoughts. In a moment of weakness, I agreed to the Oracle's demands, and I felt a piece of my soul being torn away. The pain was excruciating, a spiritual agony that transcended the physical. It was as if a part of me had been forever severed, and I was left feeling incomplete, forever marked by the sinister pack. As the ritual concluded, and the Oracle's presence faded from the screen, I was left in a state of shock and terror. I had ventured too far into the digital abyss, and I had paid a steep price for the forbidden knowledge I had gained. In the days that followed, I grappled with the consequences of my decision. I felt a gnawing emptiness inside me, a void left by the fragment of my soul that I had surrendered. Nightmares plagued my sleep, and I could hear faint whispers in the darkest corners of my mind, as if the Oracle's presence lingered. a haunting reminder of the sinister pact. I knew that I had made a grave mistake, that I had crossed a line from which there was no return. The dark web had revealed its true nature, a place where curiosity could lead to damnation and where the pursuit of forbidden knowledge came at a price too high to bear. As I sit here recounting my descent into the digital abyss and the chilling encounter with the Oracle of Shadows, I can't help but wonder. It all started innocently enough with a series of rumors that circulated on the dark web forums about a notorious website known as the Cryptic Archive. Whispers of its existence spoke of a place where forbidden knowledge was said to reside, a digital library of the occult, the supernatural, and the unexplainable. My curiosity was piqued, and I decided to embark on a quest to uncover the truth behind the Cryptic Archive. Armed with my encrypted browser and VPN, I delved into the digital abyss. It didn't take long for me to stumble upon the elusive website. The Cryptic Archive's landing page was an eerie and minimalist design, adorned with a simple login prompt. The rumors spoke of an exclusive membership, where only those deemed worthy could access its enigmatic contents. With a deep breath, I clicked on Register. The registration process was unlike anything I'd encountered before. It demanded not just a username and password, but a series of riddles, cryptic puzzles, and personal questions that probed the depths of my psyche. It was as if the website was testing my commitment to uncover its mysteries. After a grueling horror of deciphering the cryptic challenges, I was granted access to the Cryptic Archive. The digital portal opened, revealing a sprawling virtual library filled with an unimaginable array of topics. The categories ranged from ancient texts and paranormal phenomena to forbidden rituals and occult practices. One particular section caught my eye, an obscure corner dedicated to a series of dark web rituals. The descriptions were chilling, promising to unlock supernatural abilities, communicate with otherworldly entities, and tap into hidden sources of power. It was a forbidden temptation that I couldn't resist. One ritual in particular intrigued me: the rite of digital ascendance. It promised to elevate the practitioner's consciousness to a higher plane, transcending the boundaries of the digital world. The instructions were intricate, involving a series of meditation techniques and precise timing. As the appointed hour approached, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that had settled over me. The testimonies of those who had attempted the ritual spoke of eerie encounters with otherworldly entities and visions that defied explanation. But I was determined to experience the unknown. The night of the ritual arrived, and I found myself in a dimly lit room, the glow of my computer screen casting eerie shadows. I followed the instructions carefully, entering a state of deep meditation, my consciousness poised to transcend the digital realm. Suddenly, a sensation washed over me, a feeling of weightlessness and detachment from the physical world. My surroundings blurred, and I found myself in a surreal digital landscape, a realm where reality and imagination converged. The digital ascendance had transported me to a place beyond comprehension. It was a world bathed in an otherworldly light, where streams of data flowed like rivers and ethereal beings moved through the digital ether. I felt a sense of profound clarity and connection, as if I had tapped into a wellspring of knowledge and power. As I explored this surreal realm, I encountered entities that defied description. Digital spirits, ghostly echoes of human consciousness, and enigmatic beings that seemed to exist beyond time and space. They whispered cryptic secrets, shared visions of the past and future, and offered insights into the nature of reality itself. But as the digital ascendance ritual reached its climax, I felt a mounting sense of dread. The entity's messages grew more ominous, their promises of power and knowledge intertwined with a malevolent undercurrent. It was as if I had trespassed into a realm where the boundaries between light and darkness were blurred. Suddenly, the digital landscape shifted, and I found myself confronted by a sinister entity, a shadowy figure with piercing red eyes and a malevolent grin. It spoke to me in a voice that reverberated through the digital realm, promising untold power and dominion over the digital world. In that moment, I realized the price of my curiosity. The entity demanded a sacrifice, a piece of my consciousness, a fragment of my soul. It hungered for my essence, and I had unwittingly offered myself as a willing victim. I tried to resist, to break free from the entity's grasp, but it was too late. With a chilling laugh, it tore a piece of my consciousness away, leaving me shattered and forever changed. The digital ascendants had revealed the dark side of the digital abyss, a realm where the pursuit of forbidden knowledge came at a price too steep to bear. As I returned to the ordinary world, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had lost something essential, a piece of my soul forever trapped in the digital realm. The cryptic archive had shown me the true nature of the dark web. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.